Effective, Dino.
What do you guys think?
One episode.
It's slow though.
Slow as fuck.
I don't like that.
I mean, you watched one episode, nigga. What you expect?
But like
now
some shows
I can chime in though.
Some shows get it cracking from the
bro. I am Game of Thrones. Now I can chime in.
Yeah.
Nigga,
Game of Thrones is probably the best show I've ever watched.
Yeah,
because they used America as an example of how stupid America could be. The show in the first season was all sex. Sex sells, so you have to watch it. You talk about Ned Stark getting killed and whacked. I barely remember that shit because like there was like some actual real.
That's the main thing.
Bro, yeah, bro, I know, but I just remember
you can't
like
get ass out of your mind ever.
Hold on, yeah, I can. But
that was what the whole entire world was about.
Look, but you watched it, so then all of a sudden in season 2, season 3, season 4, it was like less and less sex. Yeah. But the storyline was like, damn, I gotta watch it no matter what now because I'm hooked. So he hooked you with the sex, what they're supposed to do.
No,
we got hooked by the plot line.
Yeah, the plot. What was the plot line in the first season?
Yeah.
So the war of the Rams, bro, basically.
Yeah, but the first season was based around the family and one outsider that was considered part of the family. It showed his growth from being not considered really a brother.
And where did Daenerys come from?
She was in the first season.
Exactly. So what? But then all of a sudden it started painting a picture around her. Like she became like the show almost because of the dragons.
Because she became.
The Targaryens were the original leaders of everything.
Yeah. Targaryen was the first guy.
They were the first kings.
They had and they rode
dragons. So technically, the true claim to the throne was the Targaryens.
I'm not listening.
Because the Targaryen married Cersei. Cersei was going to take over.
Hey, then he went crazy. Then Robert's Rebellion.
Yep.
The big fat dude. Yeah. He rode on them.
And he was best friends with Ned.
Yeah, and then Jamie Lannister killed him.
Yep. The Lannisters.
Hold on. Yeah. And he was fucking his sister.
You had me, but then you lost me because Game of Thrones, it took me 4 attempts to start Game of Thrones. When I finally finished it, like the first episode, the reason why I got hooked is because when that nigga pushed Bronn
out of the tree,
you had to watch episode 2.
Yeah.
Out of the
tower, whatever it was. You had to watch episode 2. The next thing you know, episode 2 did a little cliffhanger type shit. They just kept on doing it because Ned got axed after season 1.
The end of season 1.
Because I binged like the last episode. Yeah, because I didn't watch it with everybody else at the time.
Yeah,
and so then I think I ended up binge watching the first 3-4 seasons.
Yeah, I made it all the way to like the season. The season that I was on by the time I started was when Jon Snow like woke up from the dead.
See,
do you know when I started watching that show? I started watching that show because of ATL when they made that parody and was like, "Yeah, I'm a 35-year-old white man," you know, and it was like I watch Game of Thrones and drink IPAs.
Do you have any IPAs?
I started drinking IPAs, and I started watching Game of Thrones because of that fucking show.
Yeah,
you easily influenced.
No, I wasn't influenced. I just had to go check it out. Like you said the other day about the dude cheating on his wife. I didn't watch the real video until I saw that parody.
I had to go watching Game of Thrones and I started drinking IPAs. You're easily
that wasn't influence. I had to go check it out. I had to see what was up.
What made you do it? A TV show.
No,
you were influenced. By
I was already working in beer. I've tried it, but I didn't really start drinking them.
Hit record. I swear,
man. I'm about to show ass hell,
But yeah, no, it wasn't a sex at Game of Thrones, man. It was.
Well, damn.
Oh, there definitely was some.
Maybe
sex.
I should.
It was the hype of the show.
Yeah.
And then like I went to Family Video, got the first 2 seasons, watched that shit in the weekend. And then I was hooked. It's like, fuck it.
Man,
the show was amazing, man.
They fucked up the end of Game of Thrones.
They did.
Why does HBO do that with everything, though? Like, have you seen Ballers?
Yeah.
No,
season 2 is
they drag it out too long. They gotta stay with the short joints.
Game of Thrones needed to continue to be dragged out, though.
Mm-hmm.
That last season should have been 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Like, they were saying all the things like how the shit geographically didn't work. Like, the dragons flew for like across the fucking country in like one night. Like, that shit made no sense.
Yeah.
The whole Night King, they fucked up the whole.
It was too easy.
They were all that build up.
For that little ass murder.
Well, because the problem was everything in the beginning, it took time, right? It got to a point where when they were traveling to meet each other, it all took time. And then this shit keeps breaking in and out. But then at the end, shit happened just like this.
Yeah.
Like you said, right? Because how many seasons did it take before the fucking Hungarians or whatever met up with other motherfuckers? That shit took like 4 motherfucking seasons.
Targaryen.
Hungry.
Well, that did take care because they were way the far fuck away. Like it took them months to get there. Yeah.
But then it got to a point where these niggas start seeing each other on the regular.
Why didn't The Wire get ended?
This shit keeps going in and out. What?
Why didn't The Wire get it ended?
What?
They got it ended.
No,
The Wire
bro.
ended.
That shit ended so open-ended, bro. The nigga was standing at the end of a bridge and they never came back on.
See, I don't remember now.
Watch the last episode.
How's that?
It's better now. Really? I gotta think about that.
Bro, there was no ending in The Wire. I tried to read it, but literally like nothing really good came up that was like, damn, okay, I could live with that.
The Wire was dope.
But it just ended. Like what was the cop? The white cop. I think it's a car. McNulty. He was just on the bridge, bro. And they did like a flashback. They pretty much wrapped up the season of what everybody was doing. Like Michael, what did he do? Stinky, what did he do? Like nothing. He became a crackhead. You had to figure that out.
But if you ran a show or whatever, directed a show, how do you end a show the right way?
Because you gotta imagine that their life still goes on.
Breaking Bad ended. Breaking Bad, I thought
Breaking Bad had ended. That had ended.
It ended perfectly.
Sons of Anarchy ending.
Sons of Anarchy, great ending. Yep.
Dexter, terrible.
Dexter was a horrible ending.
Of all
that
time.
shit hurt my heart because I love that show.
Worse than Game of Thrones?
Yo, yeah.
It was so
How'd
bad.
you get into Sons of Anarchy? Because that's like a weird one for me. Like, how did I get into Sons of Anarchy? I don't know.
My brother told
Recommended
me.
Somebody told me.
My brother told me. So I was like,
man, this shit is not built for me.
That's why I watched
Like,
it.
I kept watching that shit like, man, they about to say nigga. They about to say it.
Nah,
and they never did.
The show's fire.
Yeah, the whole show, I guess the whole show is based on Hamlet. Like the Shakespeare play. Like it's literally Hamlet with bikers.
Jax Teller wore white Air Force Ones. I was hooked. I can relate,
bro. When the mom killed Tara with the fucking fork, bro.
Yeah,
oh my god,
bro, she was a bitch. Because that's the mom from Married with Children, right?
Children,
that's her.
Yeah,
they went all the way there. She killed her, then Jax killed her. Yeah, that was fucked up, bro.
But the one season they could have left me with is the one when he went overseas. That was kind of trash. That was like the most garbage season.
Well, I mean, and then
when he killed your boy Opie, from Remember the Titans.
He's from Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that was Trabir, whatever, Bertier.
That's him.
That's Bertier.
Left side, strong side?
That's
Opie.
Wow. That's Opie, bro.
Damn,
that is
Damn.
That's Bertier.
I had no idea.
In there too. You're an idiot, bro. He just keep killing in this movie, bro. He died in the kids. You will die.
Bro, that was the first
somebody
show.
who's gonna die in a season.
It's you.
Remember they had that episode of the school shooting on Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah.
I could not believe they did, because first it was on cable.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy was on FX. Yeah. They
But
had a
that's
school. No, they did a school shooting, bro.
No, I'm saying that's not the first show. One Tree Hill.
They did One Tree Hill.
Yeah, One Tree Hill.
Degrassi, what you
Degrassi.
mean?
Degrassi.
Man, come on, man.
Family Matters, nigga bought the gun to the school.
Yeah,
Like, they've been doing this for a minute.
One Tree Hill, they had a school shooting in One Tree Hill.
I ain't never watched One Tree Hill.
Degrassi, Drake got shot right there. Yeah, One Tree Hill.
I never got into One Tree Hill.
What was that on UPN?
I think so, or the WB or whatever.
It was a CW or whatever.
CW or whatever. Yeah,
That's what I hate about cities, bro. Like UPN, I thought was like everywhere. This shit was like in St. Paul only.
I had UPN.
UPN?
Yeah,
UPN 9?
I had UPN.
Who said it? Who said what the hell was that about then? Maybe that was a different channel.
We had UPN and we had
I was talking about the show.
WB with the frog?
Yeah.
The WB.
For sure. Yeah, we had the WB. They changed the CW.
Yeah,
Hold on, that
CW.
is a CW now, right?
Changed the CW.
Want to know some crazy shit? My wife had. You know what she said to me today? She said she had a dream last night that she cheated on me with Spencer James. You can have it.
He was running routes for her, huh?
You got a full refund on that marriage or what?
Oh
Get
my.
that shit back, bro.
Yeah. She said that shit to me. I'm not joking, bro.
Spencer James.
I said Spencer James, huh? I said I'm about to holler at Olivia and Lila or Layla, whatever her name is. Spencer James. Out of all the people, Spencer James.
Did he talk in the American accent or is like
Nigga,
his English
he
accent?
probably sat there and cried to her the whole time. His soft ass.
Damn,
Bro, that show is too extra. Like,
He's too
everybody-
extra.
Everybody's like best friends and they fucking hate each other like every other episode. Like, they're cool, then they got beef. They're cool, then they got beef.
That's
Then
high
they
school.
cheat, they break up. They're
It
cool.
That's
they got
high
beef.
school.
We're not in high school no more. High school.
I haven't watched.
I haven't watched the new episodes
But
yet.
I just know.
No, Io hit it on the head because Coop annoys the fuck out of me. She's so sensitive.
Oh,
And her and Spencer together, any scene,
yeah, she's supposed to be tough and shit.
supposed to be tough.
Yeah,
She's always crying. Spencer, am I the reason why you?
yeah. Well, don't give me no spoiler alerts because I'm trying to wait to catch that scene.
Ain't nothing to
She got
spoil.
in so many situations. Like she got that dude shot. He was like, "Oh no, you good, Coop."
Yeah,
You good?
Bro, she did go from here to here to here.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna drop out and start doing this.
Bro, you know
Really?
people died on her watch?
Who?
On Coop's watch?
Who did?
I want to be spoiler alert, but
don't say nothing else.
no, there's a couple
I think
bodies
only
bro,
watched, like,
on
the-
Coop's watch.
Is this still the current
remember.
season where they did the Nipsey Hussle tribute at the beginning?
That was an old one. I've seen that one.
So they got a season after that?
Yeah, there's one after.
There's
that.
3 seasons now, right?
Yeah.
What is season 3 then?
There's
Bro,
a new one. All I know is
It just
I
ended.
saw the
You
Nipsey
start
Hussle.
today.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
season 3 then.
Speaking of Nip, man, that was 2 years ago yesterday now, right? R.I.P.
Shit
Yeah, dude.
goes fast.
That was a quick ass 2 years.
Right? That's fucking crazy, dog. They find the murder? Is
Yeah.
Yeah,
he arrested?
right away.
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So I remember we were saying. I remember when it happened. We were like, that was set up. They're too, fishy about it. So that really was. Has he been convicted? And
It was a cat that
everything?
they knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cat
They
that
had
knew.
they had argued before, right? And,
Mhm.
It was
got in the
something like
car.
that, and he was like, I guess he was like a snitch or something.
yeah,
And he was like,
They're
oh,
saying that
let me see your papers or whatever,
yeah. That's
because he just got out.
Be careful, Loke, if you about to chime in.
I'm good, guys.
All right.
No, they said that it was still a conspiracy though. Talking about the government paid him to do it or some shit.
Oh,
I mean, it is a coincidence that like the one rapper who is talking about some real shit,
Mhm.
building infrastructure, like business, equity, all that, then he gets killed. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I used to listen to his stuff. Like it wasn't about metaphors, wordplay. He was like, no, this is how to get paid and like build a real empire from scratch. I used to listen to that shit all the time. I still remember that. Yeah, when I was working, I still remember I was working at the video store. I had no car. I had to drop off the bank deposits after work, like a mile back, like a mile there and a mile back every single day. And I was like working on my writing. I'm like, oh, doing it on the side, trying to make some money, saving up for a car, this and that. And I remember one day it was like soaking wet, raining everywhere. And I had to wear like dress clothes to work. So I had dress pants, dress shoes. Like I'm walking through, my shit is just fucking soaked top to bottom.
Damn.
I had to drop it off. And I just had one of his this song called 7 Days a Week. And it just talks about like the marathon mentality, how you're gonna get it all in one day, blah, blah, blah. And I just listened to that shit on repeat the whole way
Right.
there and the whole way back. And it was one of those moments where I was like, I swear to God, I'm not gonna live the rest of my life doing shit like this.
Yeah,
Like,
I respect you.
He was one of the main people who inspired me to do shit like
I respect you for telling me that story, but if I would have been wet, raining with the money on me, it would have been no deposit going on that night, bro. That's all I gotta say. It would be like, what happened to the deposit? I'm like, that shit disintegrated.
No
Shit would have been wet.
no Ubers back.
Uber.
Fuck a Uber, and they would have had no deposit. I would have been clean, scot free, new social security number.
with a
Yeah, I guess
real
they
store
actually pushed
deposit.
Yeah.
they pushed the hearing back again, or they pushed the trial back again
Which trial?
for his name Eric Holder, right?
For Nips.
For Nip's killer. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Damn.
I thought that shit was over with.
Speaking of, should we just
Dive in?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Get an intro and then we'll do
Great
that.
songs.
Mm.
Let's dive in. Get the
recording
clip.
right
Yeah, we are. We've been recording for like 10 minutes, but let's get heavy, get sad, and then we'll get glad after this.
And unsad. Yeah, welcome everybody once again. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 35 of the Table That Podcast. It's like of the Five Mics Podcast.
Hey, hit the button.
delete all that shit?
Run
All
that
this
shit back.
Yeah, we back.
All right.
Surprise, surprise.
Say that.
Surprise, niggas.
Oh, that was April Fool's. Okay, I see
April
what he-
Fools,
I
y'all,
see- I
yeah.
see what he did there.
Welcome once again. It's episode 35 of the Five Mics Podcast. Thanks for joining us. Tim's in here, Io, Monte, James, and I am Dino. Want to give a shout out to everybody that's been listening since episode 1. I've had a few people hit me lately talking about they're actually listening every single week or trying to catch up if they fall behind. But so that's pretty dope. And shout out to the new people that's listening and people who are trying to catch back up. So let's dive right in it. Derek Chauvin trial is going on right now in Minneapolis for the murder of George Floyd. That's pretty much how this podcast was sparked. So, we're definitely going to speak on that and follow the case and give our little takes and shit like that. So What do you guys think is going on right now? Everybody's been the jurors. We talked about the jury selection or whatever a few weeks back, and then so now the trial has actually begun. It's the first week, right? Or the second week?
Yeah, first week.
Yeah,
First week.
First
Yeah,
week.
First week of the actual trials.
So what do you guys think of what's going on right now?
All right. So as much as I'm following the court trials and the proceedings, I'm overall impressed at like the professionalism of some of these paramedics, firefighters, the witnesses who are able to still come up here just short of a year later and actually have the real testimony to say, after all the stuff that's been going on publicly, they can still come out and say the police, they did wrong. They weren't doing their job. They fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So that impresses me overall. Like the paramedic, the female paramedic that was like, yo, I'm a firefighter,
Yeah.
and was like, what are you doing? I'm a firefighter. Check his pulse. You're not checking his pulse. And she's still giving her testimony, still sticking strong to her word. And then today I was watching the paramedic, and he's like, you can see it in his face. Like, he was like, damn, dude, I don't want to be here, but I have to be here because I have to tell my side of the story, which is the truth.
Yeah.
He was dead when I got there.
Yep.
He was dead in the paramedic and in the back of the paramedic. He flatlined, he coded, whatever you want to call it. He was dead.
Yeah.
You know, and when I showed up, the police standing around, not attending to this dude that they just killed. And that's like some strong stuff. Like the black dude, they had to recess just because he couldn't talk.
Yeah.
You know, the judge recognized that the dude's about to go down a pigeonhole of like just talking and nothing towards like the court proceeding. He literally got up there and was like, man, I was so sad. He was saying, my mom.
Exactly.
I just lost my mom. I just lost my mom. The judge was like, yeah, we got to recess. Because he knew it was about to change the jury or, whatever, set up the jury. The jury sees that kind of emotion coming out of a real person. It's so hard to get them to sway the other way, so I don't know. That's just my take.
Yeah, I think that from the jury happened to, I think they've shown the video 3 times now, I was saying, where the defense is going to, I mean, we think that it should be open and shut case. It should, I mean, from what we've seen, the testimonies and stuff that we've heard, it should be open and shut. There's, from all this stuff, there should be zero reason or chance that Chauvin goes free or anything like that. I didn't know that. I think it was like 6 witnesses that I had talked as of yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever. That 4 of them were under 18, but when that happened, the biggest one was the recording of the kid that was just like off camera. That I guess it's still underage,
Right.
Off camera. So they were just talking, saying like he was gonna leave or whatever, but he knew that he shouldn't. And then the woman who's her angle is the main one that everybody sees, said that like she stays up at night apologizing to George Floyd, saying that she's sorry that she should have done something. She's sorry that she wasn't physical, but she knows that if she was, that was going to be the right thing to do. Like, these people have to live with this, and having to, like you said, I applaud them for having that courage and that heart to go and relive that again and talk about it, just so we could attempt to put this man away for
what he did.
Yeah, for what he did for the rest of his life. It's for on the defense side. Like, I'm not a defense lawyer, and none of us are. I don't see how you can.
I can't take the case.
I don't see. Yeah, that. But I mean, obviously, it's money. But I don't see how you combat this stuff. What can you say besides, oh, he was ODing on drugs? That's what happened to him. They tried to say this is what he was trained to do. This is what the force has taught him to do. This is how they're supposed to handle the situation to get him down. I don't see how that's going to sway a jury. But we said it only takes one to be like, nah, I don't really think he did it, and it's done. So
Right.
That's how I feel. I feel like it really should be open, shut, and shouldn't take that much longer, man. Honestly.
For me, I really haven't paid a bunch of attention to the case at all. I know it's going on, but I haven't been watching all the testimonies, listening to everything. Just for me, I guess I just don't want to be like re-traumatized by the whole thing, especially if it leads to an outcome that we don't want. But unfortunately, an outcome we know that there is a possibility still of happening, just because of, we've seen how all these different situations have gone. And like I said before, I just think that this is definitely like a critical moment kind of in American history, like that things could really go one way or another, right? I feel that like with the conviction, even though we should have gotten convictions for a lot of other police killings and things like that, I feel like at least if this one goes through, like at least people might have a small sense of hope, like, okay, finally, at least we got at least one got held accountable for their actions. I am really not looking forward to seeing what things are going to be like if the verdict goes another way. Yeah. I have an idea of what it looks like. I think we all have an idea of what that would look like. And, I hope we just get closure on that situation, and that he gets justice, that his family gets justice, that Chauvin goes away, so we can move in a new direction. Like I feel like if he gets acquitted, it's almost going to be like, not only are we going to like redo COVID, like we're going to respark that whole entire other cycle. And we're not going to move away from like 2020, which was by far one of the shittiest years of all time. Yeah. So like, just like, I feel like for the sake of everyone, this needs to be handled and get the right verdict. And for my gut feeling, I do have a sense that it is going to go through this time. I really do. I don't know if necessarily they're going to get. I don't think they'll get him on all three, but I think they'll get him on one of them. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it.
I'm kind of saying the same thing, and this is probably gonna be one of the first times I don't really got much to say, and so I'm gonna pass it off to Dino here in a second. But really, for me, I'm just disappointed in the fact that there's even a trial. I'm just disappointed in the fact that everything we needed to see was seen on footage. I don't like the fact that we know his girlfriend. I don't like the fact that I posted that thing in the group chat where the cashier was doing his job and now he has to sleep every night and worry about the fact that he made a fuss about a counterfeit $20 bill. I don't like the fact that it's the fourth day of the trial. I mean, I think all three of us have already said it, and Dino's probably going to utter the same thing, where this case should already be closed. And it just sucks because Ayo's right. We're talking about something and we're reliving a situation a year later where we shouldn't even have to be worrying about this. I mean, the right thing needs to be done, and we definitely need to move forward from this, because obviously the man will never be able to come back, but justice needs to be served. And that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Of course, reiterate that sentiment. We all came on here back in May or June and said the same shit. So like we understand that this guy's guilty. But I think in response to, why would you even defend him? It's their job. He's a lawyer. He defends guilty people and non-guilty people. I mean, that's their job. And that's the system we live in. They have a court system for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So his job is to actually get the least amount of sentencing, basically, because we know he's guilty, right? So I just hope it doesn't drag out too long. I don't want to say drag out in a negative sense. I just think it's pretty clear cut, and we just need to I think having that verdict be the right verdict, first of all, and then having that happen as efficiently as possible will kind of ease some things. I think, we saw what happened, and like, just to touch on what Io said, like if it goes the other way, bro, it's gonna be crazy. Sons of Anarchy, dude, it's gonna be nuts. Like Game of Thrones, niggas is crazy. Yeah. So shit, like on the OJ shit, like I think it's like some years later, like people that were on the jury there were like, yeah, we just wanted to get him back for Rodney King. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of situation this is. Like, yo, we need to win this shit for Breonna Taylor, for everybody. You know what I'm saying? At least this will give us it's a small win. Actually, it's a pretty big win, but it's one that's needed, I think, in order to turn the path and go on the right road. You know what I'm saying? As a country.
Yeah, because we didn't get the clear cut video of Jacob Blake getting shot. We all thought, oh yeah, that cop's in trouble, like for sure. Gets cleared of everything, like no charges even comes to it. So it's like, if we can have video of that, like it's, and then people tried to turn it to, oh, he was reaching for a gun. He was reaching for a knife. This man was telling his sons that he loved them. Like it's like, if we can have that on video and then nothing happened to that cop, that's the scary part. Like you said, like there's still a possibility that this dude.
Oh, for sure. There's definitely a possibility of acquittal.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
But it really can't go that way.
Can't happen.
It can't go that way. Like we've been like, man, past 4 years, you have Trump, race wars, COVID, George Floyd. Like this shit has been too much, dude. Like we need this 2021 needs to have a peaceful and like
a sigh of a release.
Everyone like Chauvin needs to go to jail. Everyone needs to get the vaccine, and we need to go like sigh and go on a rooftop and like have a beer and chill. Like we don't need to be no more burning buildings and race wars and fights and all this shit. And it's like,
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised though.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
No, that's the thing.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, of course.
What if he's found guilty and on the same day the world opens up 100% the nation for like capacity and stuff? Oh yeah, I'm blacking out on. So I'm like, you bungalow? That's where we going?
You think we're gonna catch that red eye flight to Santa Monica? Yo,
guilty. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Man.
yeah,
wait.
it's open today too. Fuck.
Once the jury goes to convene, I'm gonna go to Hy-Vee and get my vaccine the same day. Get ready to get out of here.
Oh,
Get the vid the same day.
I'm vaccinated.
You fully?
Yeah, bro. I got
Yeah.
my second shot, bro. I'm
I'm
vaccinated.
gonna get my vaccine.
Yeah, bro. I went
I've changed my
as soon as they said I can get it. I went and got it, bro.
Got mine.
Good. Minnesota opened up what? Was it today or yesterday?
What?
To vaccines for everybody.
Yeah, 30th,
Yeah.
March 30th.
Yeah.
A couple days ago.
I haven't-
Yep.
I'm-
Yeah, a
I'm-
lot of states are done. Wisconsin, Mass are done. Arizona open. Florida open. Texas open. Mississippi open. Iowa open.
All those are red states.
Majority of them, right?
So far, yeah.
Majority of them, but the blue states all have the worst COVID rates of death. We won't talk about
We
that.
won't go back. We won't go in there.
Uh-oh.
But yeah,
Oh,
so-
I sparked high.
yeah.
So we're not gonna talk about that.
He had a little glaze
So
in
let's-
his eyes.
We'll stay locked in, of course, because that's, you know what I'm saying, this is a part of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll lock in and, you know, kind of give updates whenever we can. I know a lot of people hit us about talking about that too. So we'll keep it pushing. Again, we hopefully shit goes how it should be. Because if it doesn't, fuck.
Yeah, not good.
It's gonna be crazy.
Hey, I gotta say something about Minnesota. We talked about it slightly because obviously the George Floyd thing is all happening with Minnesota, but Minnesota's fucking up again. And so the Minnesota Supreme Court overturned a felony rape on Wednesday due to the fact that the victim got herself voluntarily intoxicated beforehand. This is absolutely disgusting and a threat to women's rights and safety everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else seen that. We chopped it up a little bit earlier. How fucked up be?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I saw that all
absolutely.
popping up on Instagram like all this whole week.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
I mean, I don't understand how. And you got to think who the people that are voting on this. I guarantee you some of those people have daughters and things like that. So it's like, how could you say that if a woman gets drunk with her friends and then a guy takes advantage of her, she's mentally able to like consent? So if he's like, oh, she said yeah, but she was blackout drunk, that's okay. But they say if the guy like gets her drunk then that he can be convicted of rape. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like if no means no. If she can't say something, even if she got drunk, no matter when she got drunk, she's not mentally able to be like, give consent. It's like, yeah, let's do this.
Because you think about it, it's like we used to show up to parties late. You know what I'm saying?
Got a pregame.
You right? So if we show up to the party
Parties,
late, the club, whatever, the shorty's already tore up, and we just pulled up to this party, and then now you trying to tell me that whatever I do with her, that's on her because she was already intoxicated. I'm not the one that got her drunk.
Mm-hmm.
That shit makes no sense.
Zero.
None.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know what Minnesota is. I don't know who. It's weird to like think like who brought that up in the first place. Like, you know what? We should overturn this and put this to a vote that if she gets drunk before this, then that's not counted as rape. It kind of makes you think when you have, you know, those jokes and stuff with the guys like, my dad's a lawyer. Like one of their sons probably raped somebody or something like that. And it's like, okay, this is his situation. Let's write this in. And so that way he won't be getting in trouble when this actually comes to light, type of a thing. Because any other way, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like who just sits there and think about shit like that? That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
But that's like what we talked about slightly last week, where the like the NCAA, who sits in the room and says it's okay to give the women 2 dumbbells?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then also the same
White men.
the same NCAA. I want to say, I think it was Oregon State.
Oregon State.
You booted them out the hotel in the middle of the night.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. You booted them out, told them they got to get out because they lost the game. Their season's over. Booted them out.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they had to get on the flight out of there.
This is men's or women's?
Men's. I mean, they lost the game,
Right.
And then in the middle of the night, they said, "Oh, y'all out of here." And then they got back to Oregon State, whatever it was, Oregon, at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Had a 3-hour flight. Middle of the night, told them to get out.
Why?
I that's what I'm saying. Like when laws and stuff like this are
And they got
passed,
charter planes and shit too, so I don't understand.
yeah. But that's kind of where when things like this
I can text
happen,
the coach. I know the coach.
That strikes.
Oh,
This
that's
is
flex.
it's really odd. Doesn't even seem like not even like, 'cause it's just cruel, but like this is fucking weird.
Yeah, it's
Like what's the difference? That you wake up in the morning, no one's gonna come check in the room at 1:30 a.m.
Yeah,
That's
I
just some
know.
fucking
Yeah.
weird shit. I don't know.
but it just all ties into conversation where, I mean, you put 5 people in a room. I mean, I think the 5 of us will all agree on what's right or what's wrong. But then if one of us came up with an idea that we thought was stupid, we would shut that shit down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I just don't understand why people want to like joke and experiment. And like for the person that said it's okay to make that a law,
Mhm.
you're a fucking idiot.
And that's the thing. Like it's when this Minnesota Supreme Court overturned something, that means the majority voted yes. That makes sense. Like, so I don't understand how a majority, like you said, if that was presented to us 5, that's 5 no's right there.
Instantly.
I don't understand how it'd be 3 saying yes, that makes sense. That it doesn't. So I don't understand the mental of, like, I think honestly,
Especially in today's climate.
yeah, I think honestly it comes down to like you got to have a rapist mentality to side with the rapist.
Mm.
That's my opinion. So I could see some old rapist dude being like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do that.
You said it though. Just imagine being a father to girls and
Yeah.
you go home and then you have to look at your girls and little do they know you're the motherfucker that actually gave the thumbs up for this law.
Yeah,
Shit, it ain't even about having a daughter. It's your mom.
Yeah, your mom's
The list goes on.
sister. Yeah, like
Um,
it's, yeah, man. That's.
Shit is wild.
I wish we could like meet people like this. Sorry,
Yeah,
man. I
that's-
wish you could like meet them.
That's just
be
weird.
like, yo,
That's just weird to even understand like the origin. Like how did that even become a conversation, or like how did it become a conversation and then move into the court and then somebody looked at the paper with all it and like signed it and like moved it on and it got filed. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of situations where you're like, how did it go through that many stages? Where like Because that's something where like a lot of people have to look and like cross off.
That's
on
what I'm
it.
saying.
Like, a lot of like,
Yeah.
you can't just. It's not just like one guy says, "Hey,
Got it.
I need a law put in," and then
Yeah.
the society's like, "All right, good." Like, no, you have to like go through.
Yeah. You got to
judge,
read it,
clerk,
announce it,
all that.
vote.
But you know what's so
Announce
sad
it.
about contracts or anything? You have to legitimately read that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to read it.
Mhm.
Like you have to read everything.
Yeah. But and it's not like this is something where it was like, okay, hey, you can have this many liquor licenses in this town. You can have this many barbershops or whatever. You can also rape somebody if they're already drunk. It wasn't like some fine print. It was one thing.
One thing,
that
right?
they
a
just
standalone.
said.
I mean, thinking about like lease a car for $300 a month, but then the underlying shit like you put down $5,000. You don't read that shit. But like, I know what you mean. It's not like that. Like
No,
this
it's not
is
it's not
clear
like
cut
that.
right there in front of you,
Yeah.
and you say okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Shit's stupid.
Side note, actually, I don't want to switch to some lighthearted shit, but I was like looking at a lease for a car, and it was like, oh, the ad was like, oh, it's only $288 a month or something, and then it was like you go and click further, do the calculator. It's like, oh, add to your credit score. Oh, boop, that shit went, way up. The price went way up. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's the
They put that based upon
perfect
approved
rate.
credit.
Yeah, based upon approved credit. I'm like,
You see on the fucking with car commercials or whatever, the nicest car they show it and they show the price, but if you read the stars, like this is a premium car, but oh shit, you showing me the premium car, but you showing me the basic price right there,
bro. That price jumped after I put my credit score in there, dude.
Shit.
I'm working on my credit still.
Damn.
It's
All right, well,
I
at
some
least
old,
you're doing that.
old hospital bills.
That's something we
Fucked
should
me
have
up.
been taught in school, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
How to repair your credit score?
how to
or build it up?
how to credit cards
I
and
just
stuff
paid
like
off a
that.
bunch of debt, and I don't like paying debt. I don't know. I know I spent it, but was like, fuck.
You can consolidate that shit.
I just paid it off.
Paid it off.
Yeah, I had a consolidation loan,
Yeah.
and I was like paying off a little bit. I was like, fuck it, man. Just get out. Just
Yeah.
get it out of my head.
Right.
If I could just get it out of my mental, clear up my credit. I did that shit like a week ago, so hopefully I go check Credit Karma.
Bro, I was a bill collector
trying
for
to buy
2
a car,
years.
so I need to.
Motherfuckers was cussing my ass out. I'm trying to do you a favor.
You were what?
I was a bill collector for 2 years.
You would be a bill collector.
Like, I was like 18 years old.
What was your
19.
name? Did you use your real name?
Terrence Taylor.
Oh,
You got to have an alias, bro. Like, I'm not about to call somebody. Hey,
it's Tim. Been waiting outside the office all night. Oh, that's him right there coming out. Get him. He called me for 7,000.
Damn.
Oh man.
Oh shit. I know we talked about this earlier. I don't know if we're gonna probably cut that shit out, but I don't even know if we were recording. But just want to give prayers up to our homie Big Mike and his family. I won't get into any details, but definitely send prayers up to them. Hopefully they can get through this a little bit, get some healing in over this time, and then hopefully he keeps getting continued support. I see people on Facebook and Instagram kind of giving him love, and then when I check the Venmo, that's going up too. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, prayers up, man. We're all with you. We're all here for you.
For sure.
Oh, and he asked me, actually, I forgot. You guys want to talk about that? Like how prepared we are, if our numbers caught, as pretty young men, like
I can speak on
I got some shit.
like having a will. Some of you guys have kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no kids, but I do have life insurance. I got savings. And pretty much that's it.
Yeah. So off the top, my mom is always on me about funerals. Even like I say it all the time on the show. Like I feel like I've been to more funerals than weddings.
Mhm.
And I've been to a couple of funerals, and I'm like, this is the funeral? Like, is that a box? That's like not a casket. That's like, so it's like, she's always the one that's saying, when y'all die, if I die, make sure I got this, make sure you got that. So I based upon myself, like, hey, I'm getting life insurance a while ago. Like life insurance, the will, she's always making a joke saying, why is my brother like the beneficiary to my money or whatever? She's like, he gonna do it wrong, he gonna do it dirty. I'm like, well, I don't know, because I'm gonna be gone anyways. Yeah. But at least somebody has something, from me. So it's always been like a thing to me, like to get life insurance to make sure like a funeral would be set up right, have a savings account that just in case if something did hop off for a rainy day, I'll be prepared for it and things like that. So I've been put in a position in my life to already get that stuff taken care of already. So it's not too late when it's happening.
Yep. Same.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing actually. The main catalyst for me getting a life insurance policy was when my daughter was born, for sure. It's like, okay, definitely have to take care of that. And then just like things, like different things happen as you get older. Like my dad started having some health problems, right? You know, my parents are getting up there. And so you think I've had conversations with my mom. She's told me about her life insurance policy and like what she wants to get done. And nobody wants to think about any of those things, but it's just,
right.
It just could be cut off at any moment. Yep. And I don't even just think about death, like you said, with savings. Like people, why you have all this extra money saved up? Why are you investing? Like even with something like investing, right? It's super boring to like, I'm gonna put away $500 a month, and then I'll get a 8% compound annual interest. But then when you're 60, you'll have $2 million.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to retire. And then you look at a lot of people. Like I actually saw this chart online that was saying like the median net worth of different people by different brackets, and it's like it's fucked. Like the median retirement savings for someone 65 years old in America is $62,000. Damn, you can't even make it 2 years. You make it about 2 years, and then you're done. Your retirement's supposed to be for 20, 30 years. Your lifespan is like 80 years old, right? So I look in my little investment things like, your net worth will be $1.5 million when you're 65. I was like, it's a long time from there. But like literally, if you just stash it a little bit of money away, then you'll have some money for retirement. But everyone just wants to live in the moment. And so that's why I tell people, like, just automate it. Don't make a decision. Like, just tell them, like, just take this out of my check every single week, every single month, put it in the account, call it a day.
We got like a 6-digit payout. I give away $19 a month.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Exactly.
So it's like
crazy.
I literally kid you not, I spend $20 a day on doing nothing.
Yeah.
So why can't I do $20 a day to save lives?
Yeah. Because you're putting people in a nasty hole if there's no money for you, and then it's GoFundMe, and
I'm pretty sure it's different now, but I think the cost of like a funeral has got to be like close to like 5 digits. It's got to be like 10K, 12K.
I would think so.
It's definitely more than 10.
Yeah.
It's probably like 30.
Well, shit, yeah, there it goes.
Yep.
That shit just, I don't know. That shit just scares me, man. I don't ever want to put anybody in a burden on, and it sounds like it's a burden for me because you want life to go on, and you want the people around you to move on with things, but it sucks knowing that how expensive a funeral can be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And not only is it expensive, the people who are setting it up, their mental capacity has to be at an all-time high. And there's just so many things that you just have to deal with. And because it's going to happen to all of us, unfortunately. And it's one of those things where we're all going to be in that predicament. But it's just, money aside, I don't even know if I'd just be able to even do it, just because, you know what I mean? You don't want to think about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I have life insurance, but I don't know how my life insurance stuff works. I just know I put the money aside, and, you know what I mean? I got beneficiaries, I have siblings, but if somebody actually explained to me what it actually means, I'd have zero clue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think we're all in the boat where we have it, but I don't know how expensive a casket is. I don't know how expensive a tombstone is. I don't know how expensive all this other stuff is. And it's just, I don't know, man. Like, if it was up to me, man, just put me in the dirt, man, and just let's keep it moving personally. But it's not up to me. I know.
That's like the last, like, life is fucked up that you have to pay money to bury your loved ones and stuff like that. Like, that literally is like the last, like,
just do it. But
there you go.
the thing with life is so fucked up where even when you think about funerals and weddings, you spend an arm and a leg for one day, and then the same thing happens with funerals. So it's just one of them things where it's just like the money cycle just keeps going and going and going. The majority of the time when you're thinking about death, a lot of times it's money related. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, if they take their own life or whatever happens, a lot of times they're in positions where financially they've had enough.
Mhm.
But then guess what? It continues
Yeah.
because now that burden now falls on your loved ones, and then now they're picking up that slack,
Mhm.
and it's just the whole. It's all so fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
It's a money game, man, and that's why a lot of people like sometimes people, oh, Aya, why are you talking about money? You capitalism, blah, blah. It's like because you need fucking money, bro. Like you
Word.
don't.
Yeah.
They say money doesn't buy happiness, but being broke definitely buys you fucking unhappiness and ruin, and it'll fuck other people's lives up. Yeah,
I'm happier when I got money.
Yeah, money.
Yeah.
Yeah, first
It
of
can't
all,
buy you happiness.
money
Period.
buys happiness.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't know who said
It
that.
buys money.
Facts.
Money buys happiness. Having more money, it doesn't like make you some like way better person. But when you can do more shit, like trust me. I remember when I was making $10 an hour,
Or walking down the street with that
walking down
money
the
and
street. That
rain
shit was
on.
fucking stressful, bro.
Yeah.
I remember one time I used to work at Family Video, by the way. We were talking about that for $10 an hour. Remember what time they
I asked for a sponsor, but they're not around.
They are around.
I think all of them closed up now. Their
I thought it was
customers.
one on Elton Hills.
Yeah.
Oh,
one
is
on
the
Elton
is
Hills.
it still open? The one in Winona I used to work at is closed.
Yeah, I'm just
They
like
didn't turn
that.
it
Everything closed in Winona.
It's like half.
But what time?
Half barbecue pit, half
Damn, it's like his brother's barbecue over there. It's like
got
4
a
different
window
things.
inside it, so you can
see somebody slaying a pig and then rent a
you
video.
can get a discount on your food if you show them that you rented 2 movies, bro.
Yeah,
I
you
knew
gotta ride the
the
lime scooter to
family
the
video
drive-thru.
about Elton Hills was struggling with it. The sign said, now selling CBD.
Yeah. It's like an old
slanging
all-purpose art.
Nobody wants
So fall asleep and rent a movie. Like,
Yo, hell yeah.
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I got so mad once I was working at Family Video. The like customers just annoying as fuck. That I like took an empty plastic DVD case and like broke that shit in half and like
Michael Blackson?
I can't get you with these shit.
I was like, I can't deal with this shit. It was too broke. I would go to eat Taco John's. That was right around the corner. And like I would see the sign and like there's like, oh, now hiring, and like the wage was more than mine. I'm like, these niggas making tacos, dog,
Man.
and they're making more money than
This
this.
story sounds so miserable, bro. Like,
I think my mind was always corrupted because every time I went to a video store, I was always trying to go to the back room.
We've had this.
Hey, we know.
They had a back room.
Every video store had a back room.
And every
We
dude who
know
went
you
there
were
was like,
trying to go.
who?
did you ever do it though?
Yeah,
I was always in there. Yeah, like,
Did you ever do it in the back room of a
oh,
video
no,
store?
no.
That's definitely a fantasy for a lot of people.
Man,
Do it in a porno section?
I mean, you think some people out there weird? Not me.
Oh, the way you suggested it was like
do it in the porno section.
guys. It's
not me. It sound real lake-like.
Lake monster.
Like,
over there.
usually prude people on the surface have some weird
Deep fantasy.
fetishes they're trying to repress.
No.
So what's going on, Tim?
On the back of a movie store? Really?
Movie
You
store.
and me
Video
we
store?
can be nothing
Guys,
but
You
mammals
got Loch Ness monster swimming behind you while you trying to get with a
swimming like a Targaryen.
what they fly, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
This anyway.
You see, know what I was on the show for?
What? Why? What?
Khaleesi?
The Ned is Targaryen.
That's what that
Khaleesi.
is.
He didn't watch it.
Yeah.
He didn't watch the show, bro. He didn't watch the show.
I didn't pay attention to that part.
Khaleesi's bad.
You
What
watched
the Ned is?
you watched the
Yeah.
spinoff, huh?
All
Game of
right.
Hoes.
Yeah, I can see it. Why you
Hit the button.
Why do you
All right,
look
all right.
at what button?
Hit 'em
What
all.
button?
Hit all of them.
Oh wait, maybe we should do a little
all
game.
right,
of
so
Thrones
we
section. Who's your favorite?
No, what'd you say, Dino?
No, that's a song.
What was I was saying?
No, I was gonna say who's your favorite Game of Thrones character and why?
No.
Jon Snow.
Everybody's gonna say Snow.
Really? No, hell
Why
no.
would
like
you go?
Arya-
Why
I
would
like
you go
Arya
against
too, though.
Snow?
Oh, he got the baddest
Arya.
chick,
Arya for sure.
and he got the throne, and he could ride the dragon. No
His
homo.
best
He had
chick is
everything.
his cousin.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Ew.
Mine was
You
Rob
from Georgia,
Stark,
man?
bro.
Come on, now.
I don't know what I was
The
a
young
big-
wolf.
Yeah, I was a big Rob Stark fan.
The young wolf.
I was.
Yeah,
that Red Wedding still gets
Yeah,
me, dog.
that was tough.
Yeah, he was
Oh
my
my
guy.
God.
That was tough.
Did you make it to that, James?
No,
Nah, he didn't.
No, I watched the whole. I watched the show.
The,
you know
Red
Rob
Wedding?
Stark, the Red Wedding.
Yeah. I remember watching it all.
Oh,
That was fucked up,
yeah,
wasn't
that
it?
shit was crazy.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I
Him
remember.
and his mom, bro.
Jon Snow, really? I wouldn't even no. Definitely Arya.
I said Arya.
I couldn't
Alright, she's
stand
a-
Bronn.
Why?
Who's the
He was
the
dope in the beginning.
Yeah.
in the beginning? Yeah, who's the character you hated the most? Ramsey,
Oh, he was fucking crazy, bro.
No, the young cat. What's his name?
Joffrey.
Joffrey, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like I couldn't stand him.
Oh.
but
He
way
was the
got
worst,
killed-
bro.
He got killed. He got killed fairly quick, though.
Bro, he was a terrorizer.
Yeah, but like I said, he still got killed.
Yeah,
pretty quick,
Ramsey
though.
was
That wasn't
What
quick,
about
though.
what,
It
what
was
about
terrorizing
what about
from
the
the
queen?
Oh,
The
Ramsey,
queen?
motherfucker.
Cersei was bad, bro.
Cersei?
She was
Yeah.
bad.
Cersei was bad, but I could respect
Yeah.
Cersei.
Like she wanted
could
the best
see-
for her kids.
I could see her angle on life a little
Yeah.
bit. It was a fucked up angle, but
yeah.
and when she
She
blew
wasn't
up
bad.
everybody, that shit was kind of G. I'm not.
They
gonna
threw the
lie.
shit on her though, man. So she had redemption,
Bruh.
When she had to walk through the whole town or whatever city, what,
Yeah.
what do you call it?
bro.
I don't
And she
know.
blew up the whole fucking
Province.
That was kind of badass. But yeah,
man.
She was actually bad. She was better than Khaleesi or Daenerys Targaryen.
That's the same person.
Cersei, no,
I'm just letting you know who she was better.
You think so?
Yeah, bro.
she was. Who else
Yeah.
was bad on that show?
The other sister.
It was some,
The black girl.
One of those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the black
Oh,
chick was
yeah.
fire. She from Fast and
Oh, yeah.
Furious.
Bad.
yeah.
Mhm.
Remember when she? Yeah,
What's
remember the
the
black?
name?
Was that? Or is the black? You talking about the one where she smashed the dude with no dick?
Grey Worm. Grey Worm.
Great one. Great one.
Eunuch? Yeah, Grey Worm.
Grey Worm. Yeah.
Did they have a
Yo.
sex scene together?
Bro,
Weird.
they did, but
Them niggas had hands though.
yeah, they can fucking fight. But what's his name? He's a singer, bro.
Who?
Side note, Grey Worm. He's a singer.
He's a
Like
singer.
Yeah, like a good one too.
Really?
Yeah.
What was his name? Grey Worm. He didn't have a worm.
I think it was like
None of them had a dick though. Hit the button, nigga.
Io got me fucked up.
Yeah.
You like
What was-
Littlefinger, huh? Littlefinger was a
what was
snitch.
his what was her
Snake.
name?
You know who Littlefinger is? That's Carcetti from The Wire.
It is.
Yeah, that's Carcetti.
It is
That's the mayor.
Carcetti.
That's the mayor.
mayor. Yeah.
What was her name? Some like something with
Um,
ice cream or something like that. What the
The light skin chick?
yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. Them names was hard. That was the hardest part. Trying to figure out who the fuck was who.
What about those crazy ass sisters from Dorne? They were bad.
Those are the ones I was talking about.
yeah,
One of them was fire.
Yeah.
But they
the mom on
They all
the
died.
they got from
wife.
Poison, right? Wasn't it Poison?
I
Wicked.
forgot
Yeah.
what happened
Each
with
other?
the Dorne
Poison,
girls.
something like that.
What happened to the Dorne girls? I forgot that part.
They were badasses, bro.
What the what's her name?
What about the
Just
one?
say.
We need to know this. We need to know their names. What about the one shorty that was like the leader of the boats? And she was like, I swear she was like,
She was a butch.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You would like her.
Ramsey's
bro,
sister?
bro, she in real life like
She cold.
tall as hell.
Yeah.
She cold.
Uh,
Even the tall girl that was walking around
Brian
with
Urlacher,
Lannister.
nigga?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Reek's
Oh,
sister. Oh,
Baby.
Brienne.
Yeah,
Brienne of Tarth.
Brienne of Tarth.
Brienne, Lady of Tarth.
Hey, old boy was trying to
Everybody had a scene, bro.
bro, old boy was trying to press her for
Sunday.
seasons.
Sunday, yeah. So
Sunday.
that's what I saw. A meme. It was like
Sundays.
it was like the first part. It was like ice cream kind of falling off the cone, and then at the end, it was Grey Worm saying, "My Sunday." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Brienne of Tarth. huh?
Brienne of Tarth, bro.
Old boy with the red hair was
She was 16.
after that for
Bro.
years.
He had hands too, though.
He was a beast.
What the fuck? What's his name?
His name was his
Ed
name was
Sheeran
Beast.
was in that show. bro.
Monster,
He
Beast, or
was.
Beast or some shit like
Aaron
that.
Rodgers was in that show.
Yeah.
But no, what was the mercenary or whatever? The hired hand. What was his name?
The hand.
Oh, the little man, Tyrant,
No, the guy who saw these
Tyler
fucking
went
prostitutes and
last
shit.
night. Yeah.
The Sellsword. What's his name?
the bald headed guy.
Mm-mm. Yeah, here. Come on here.
I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name too.
Are you talking about the hand?
No, he's the one. The
No, the guy. He's like
he shot the dragon with the out the sky with the first one. He's the one that killed the first dragon.
Then he turning like a stone rock hand guy, whatever. He had a crush on Khaleesi.
No, he had a
No,
crush
not
on
that guy,
Brienne.
not that guy.
He's no. That was actually sorry. The redhead.
Say Brienne.
You wanted Brienne. That was the redhead. But what was the cell sword?
No, dude who caught the disease, he was simping too hard.
It's way too simple.
He simped too hard. He simped so hard. He got a disease.
Stop that.
he was he was the Lannister's like
Major
bodyguard.
the Lannister bodyguard.
Yeah, he was called the hand, bro.
the Hound.
No,
The
Hound. There you go. My fault.
Yeah, the Hound, the
Yeah,
ugly looking
yeah.
dude. Oh yeah, him. He was cracking that one big girl, Brianna Thorne, whatever her name is.
Sandor Clegane. Clegane.
Oh, you got yeah.
I don't know these niggas.
Him.
no
No,
more.
he could. But I think
Hold door. Hold the door.
Hold the door.
Hold door.
The wildling,
What
bro.
the
She was bad to me.
The redhead.
She was no,
the black hair,
the one that
brown
was
hair.
literally dirty.
The dirty
for
one.
95%.
What's her
of the
name?
movie.
I don't know.
what's his
Olga
name?
or something,
Shorty.
right?
Sam Shorty.
Sam Shorty, bro. You see her teeth?
I thought that's who he's talking about.
No. He's talking
No. It
about
was the wildling chick that John used to.
Snow
yeah,
first girl.
Yeah, she was alright. And the dude with the beard was dope though.
Which one?
The wild.
Nigga, what?
Oh
We all
yeah,
have
yeah.
beards.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. Brienne.
Yeah, he was dope.
The Brienne.
Bro, we ain't on shit. We don't know none of their names.
Everybody knows what we're talking about though.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Niggas listen don't know their names either, bro.
Oh, we don't know.
That final season pissed everybody off.
But he was funny as hell.
No, the white people know all their names by heart because they read the books and
The
everything.
books,
Yeah,
bro.
Patrick read the books before. He
Bro, if
wrote
I see a
the show.
book that's got more than 17 pages in it, I do not read it, bro.
Can somebody explain to me?
Book has-
I can read Dr. Seuss.
Hey, what page 17
Bill.
on? Yeah, like,
Just imagine reading the Game of Thrones book and trying to piece all that shit together. We could barely do it by watching the show with the names. Just imagine reading the book, having to piece everything together.
see, if I
think it's
read a
easier with
book,
the book.
if I read a book, I don't want to see the
How?
movie, vice versa. Like
'Cause I can see
the Alex
it.
Cross movies, I don't want to read none of the, I don't want to see none of those movies.
How would it be easier with the book?
Apparently, the one part I heard in the book is that Arya does like she goes like on a whole rampage like with that faceless shit and just like becomes a bunch of different people.
Yeah, because I don't think the what's the name
Actors.
I saw this.
what's the Night King? I don't think they're in the books, are they? I'm pretty sure they're not.
Really?
I'm pretty sure there was something that was put in for the show, and then the later seasons they went past how many books were out.
Bro, they made him go out like a straight bitch.
Because
They were ahead of the books by like 5 or 6 or something like that.
They built that man up like he was going to be like the ultimate boss.
And
Remember
they
the
didn't
game?
explain everything about
They
it.
didn't at all.
left
Damn,
Huge
that's one of the best
plotline.
episodes though.
Lost.
Yeah. I thought he
When
was
like they went to war.
Yeah. He didn't even fight Jon Snow either.
Bro,
He
sometimes
just
during the
stared to
episodes,
ground
bro,
and was
I had the
like,
chills,
through
bro.
his ass, yeah.
I had the chills sometimes when he was walking. I was like, oh man, he about to come get me.
That's what I'm
I'm like, let me turn the lights on in the house. And I was like, oh shit, wait, it's a TV show. But yeah,
Bro.
like the way he died, bro, got killed. I was like, what? That's it?
Yeah, I mean,
That
you
was smooth,
expect it. Yeah,
It was smooth, but come on, it's too smooth.
He had the most epic buildup in history,
Bro.
right?
They had the giants, bro. They had the dragons. They had
Yeah.
midgets.
Bro.
They had the
when he got the dragon, bro. When
When
that
he
dragon
just threw
opened
that
the eyes, I was like, yeah,
That
they're done.
scene was crazy.
I was like, they're done, bro.
Yeah, it's
There's
done.
zero chance. Yeah, there's zero chance.
And they axed him just like that.
it wasn't just like
Bro, whatever
Yeah.
episode that was, it might have been my favorite one.
that.
The
One
early when they fought, and then like Jon Snow thought they won and shit. And
when they
then
went to the
looked at
Wyland,
him
right?
and was like,
Yeah.
And they all rose, like,
Yeah, when they were at the Wyland, right?
Yeah,
Wyland place.
yeah.
Yeah. And then they had to get on the ships, and because it was like there people bodies laying around, and then he raised his hands, and then the whole fucking little island just filled up with people. Shit's crazy.
Did y'all ever see that
Oh,
video
yeah.
where like they had the Night King dancing the passion fruit by Drake?
I think
You ever seen that? The moment I seen that, he lost all his sauce to me, bro. Because I was like, damn, I'm just not used to seeing this thing.
Wait, what does he look like for real?
We'll never know.
white with a beard.
He's got little actual horns on his tail.
It's also open.
Yeah, they really dodged that. They could have made a great storyline out of that, but whatever. What are we at on time?
Almost an hour.
54.
All right, so it's 2021. How are we making money, guys?
This podcast.
Oh yeah,
man.
5 ways to make money in 2021.
no ideas original. There's nothing new under the sun, but I'm not saying my ideas on air.
Nobody fucking with Sun. I got a couple of sons.
I got something in the works that keep on the wraps.
Yeah, I spoke of one and somebody took it, so I'm not doing
Damn.
it again.
Yeah, no. I'll just say I think that for us
The
collectively,
podcast?
yeah, the podcast is that one is going to be the one that I feel like we're on top of our game, and by the end of this year, I feel like we're gonna be getting paid to record this and have people listen to us and stuff like that. So that's one major one that I think that collectively we would agree on this podcast.
Yeah, content creation for sure.
Mhm.
That's how I make money. Go to medium.com, set up an account, start blogging. You can make money on Medium. That's primarily the way that I make money. YouTube, I make money doing that. Playing around with stocks a little bit. Stock market's a little rocky right now, but you can still go in and make some money. One thing that I'm really, really getting interested in is the idea of real estate for sure. And like the more and more I learn about it, you don't you don't need a ton of upfront cash to get your first rental property and start moving things. I've also heard of things like wholesaling, where basically you find the deal for the property at X amount of price, you find someone else who wants to buy it, and then you can pocket the difference. And I've seen stories of people who like they buy a house and like the value has been jumping up crazy quick. So obviously you can't time the market and do things perfectly. But from what I've heard about it, like if you had a normal stable 9-to-5 job, you're making decent coin, and you like stacked a rental property year after year, you would get rich for sure. Yeah. And it's like pretty much guaranteed if you don't make major mistakes.
The crazy thing is there's so many opportunities out there. It's just a matter of how consistent you want to be with it. So, I mean, it can go anything from starting a Twitch page. It can go anything from, these are things that I've thought about. Obviously YouTube, people have capitalized on that for many, many years. I've been reached out to kind of be doing like online coaching. And that's something where I feel, just because we're trying to think of just different creative ways, obviously, like we said, the podcast, but real estate, yes. But I don't know, man. It's just a matter of finding something, running with it, sticking with it, and just understanding that it's not going to happen immediately. And like you quoted Nip earlier, man, like 7 days a week. It's just, you just gotta stay on it.
Or it's you can even do things like freelancing. All you have to do is learn. Yeah. All you have to do is learn how to do a basic skill and sell it to somebody. Like, oh, we're all on our phones all the time doing social media. I used to work at a digital marketing company. A lot of these older people at these companies have no idea what they're doing. Mm-hmm. It's nothing for a company to pay you $1,000 a month to do their social media for them. Nothing. Mm-hmm. All so if your monthly salary is $3,000 a month, you just need to be freelancing and you find 3 clients and you can make that money back. Sure, you might have to talk to 100 people. You might have to reach out to 100 people just to get 10 meetings, just to get 1 to 2 clients. But that's the answer right in front of your face. Like with the internet. So I'll say this, with the internet, and if you weren't born like super poor, destitute, if you were born working class, middle class, upper middle class, you're educated to a degree, you can make money using the internet. Mm-hmm. This idea that in America, like this is one idea that I really have to harp on people. In America, I'm sitting here, we have a camera here, we have a $2,000 computer, we all have $1,000 phones, Roadcaster. Who is oppressing us so badly that we can't do shit? It's bullshit. It's a lie. It's a lie. If you have relatively normal circumstances, you can change your life. You need to stop with this bullshit about how you're being held down by the government. Mm-hmm. You need to stop with this bullshit about wealth inequality, how you can't get your piece of the pie. No, just get rich then. Don't complain. Go donate blood. Be a sperm donor. Do something. List goes on. This idea that in America in 2021 that you're so oppressed that you can make your money is bullshit. This idea that we're supposed to live in this like socialist world where we take all the money from the top and hand it down to you for doing nothing. It's bullshit. A lot of people are pretending that. A lot of people are confusing their oppression with them just being lazy. And I put up a status like that. It's like you could be oppressed, or you could just be fucking lazy. You have to figure out which one it is, because you can tell yourself whatever narrative you want, but you still have to live your life. So if you want to tell yourself a narrative that you're oppressed and you can't make it, well, then that's what your life is going to be. And that might make you comfortable, but you're still going to be broke. So you can have a comfortable story that makes you feel good and be broke, or you can face reality and make some money. Like, it's not that difficult.
That's all facts.
Facts. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you just got to go out and do the work. Shit, find some things, like you said, find a trade. Like, if you can teach yourself how to fucking do Adobe Illustrator. My fault. I was going myself how to do.
I was thinking about you. I was going to ask you. I was thinking about you.
No.
Thinking about you. Y'all know the words.
You got a twinkle in your eyes.
Y'all know the words. No,
Dino, I was thinking about you.
I ain't say it like that. No, you a sneakerhead, bro, and I was just. Okay, you too, but okay.
I'm not a sneakerhead. I just buy shoes.
These last couple of days, I've been seeing this little nigga, Lil Nas X pull some stunts.
Damn, what the little nigga? What?
Lil Nas X, man.
You disrespect him, bro.
Because he been on some wild boy shit.
Tell us
bro.
how you feeling though. What's up?
No, so 2 things. Some sneakers
So
here.
what did he do, first of all?
But first off, the sneakers released with Nike, they got the drip of blood on it
Yeah.
and whatever it is, right? I think that's demonic or wild. And then I haven't watched the video yet, but he has this video where it's like satanic, and I just feel like he's doing too much. You know what I'm saying? At what point is selling your soul? I mean, you're promoting sneakers that have human blood inside the sneaker. Isn't that?
And allegedly you made 666 pairs or some bullshit, but I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just a rollout. I mean, this nigga went quiet for a while. He had a hit, came back with another one, then he went quiet. COVID, didn't drop nothing. It's just a rollout. He's just, he's doing something different, trying to make money. Like, that shit don't fly on my radar. Nike didn't endorse those shoes. Like, fuck it. It doesn't have nothing to do with me.
It's just sad though, because we talk about like making money, because there's you can obviously make money in so many different forms, but it's just like, are you willingly wanting to do shit like that to make money, to be relevant?
So like I guess that company did like a holy water shoe too before. So they've been on both sides.
Like that.
So is it not Nike?
I don't know.
No, it's not Nike.
Not Nike.
I was about to say, I don't think Nike would sign up for that.
No. I remember at first I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy, Satan. That's kind of fucked up. But then I follow this guy on Twitter who he runs the e-commerce. He runs the e-commerce shop. He's like always talking about marketing, and he was like, you should always pay attention to things that trigger the masses and like study them. I was like, oh shit, like you kind of have a point. Like for what it's worth, whatever your opinion about it is, like that shit got attention.
Yeah,
it worked. That's some high level marketing. And
bad press, good press is still press.
You look back at our guy Kanye. He's done some crazy shit. Like every time he rolls out an album, it's always something ridiculous. So I mean, we do live in the age of attention. If you're not, I remember Ice-T. He was like, someone asked him on Twitter. He's like, "How long would it take for you to stop being in the public eye before people completely forget about you?" He said 6 months.
That was his little answer. He's been rapping and been on TV for 3 decades, and he said it would take him 6 months to disappear off the face of the earth in this climate. You got to stay relevant.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna get it's get
yeah, man, dead body over there, and the show's over. Like, damn, I only got one line.
I got it. I know what it was.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So the killer came in the back door and bashed him, and it's out. It's like,
still got a perm. Yeah. No, it's getting the clicks. I mean, it's people are talking about it. That's what he did it for. Like Dino said. I mean, it doesn't affect me or anything. I don't think anything about it. I mean, I really don't care. I just feel like the people who are triggered by this, like,
no, it just for me, it just goes when we talk about making money, and it all boils down to there's going to come a point in time where we're going to be in a position where we're going to be offered something, and to what extent are we going to say the money is worth it, or the collective of us can say, nah, man, we cool on that.
No, I feel you. I mean, there's definitely some satanic energy in the world for sure. Society hates on religion and things like that, but a lot of people probably would just be better off following some sort of religion, because they're not good enough at organizing their own life, so they could just follow some other shit. I think with a lack of like leadership, a lot of people have filled in the void with some other fucked up shit. And there's is it good for the culture as a whole? No, but I also don't. I'm looking at my own life. I'm like, all right, it's not going to stop me from doing what I want it to do. But yeah, I mean, there's some fucked up shit in the culture that I disagree with. I mean, like, do I think Lil Nas X should be writing a children's book and then twerking on Satan 2 minutes later? Probably not. Like, am I going to have Lil Nas X be a role model for my kid? Am I going to buy that book for my kid? Nah, probably gonna be a pass.
But we're at the age now that you don't gotta buy anything for your kids; they can do it for themselves.
Yeah, kids
got iPads. I remember walking around the streets with Pokemon cards, like some that like wasn't digital.
Well, speaking of that, there's a lot of really, really weird, like really cringe, weird, awkward videos targeted towards children. I remember I saw an article about that. I remember one time, I was like letting Nivea watch some shit on YouTube one time, and then I looked and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And it was some shit that was like the videos. I don't know what another word to describe it, but they were like really cringy. Like there was just something off, like very like nothing obviously was bad. But like there was something like very strange and like off-putting about the videos. You know what I mean?
Like my boy was watching. He was watching like a Mickey Mouse, like the new one.
Yeah.
And it was like I was like watching with him, and then I'm like looking, and like the scene like Mickey like he like gets stripped down to his like boxers, and he like covers up whatever, and he like moves behind like a barrel. I'm like, all right, that's okay. Whatever. He's going, and then it's Donald Duck, right? With Mickey.
Yeah.
So Donald like Donald gets like hit by a car, and like his arm is like broke and stuff like that. And I'm like,
yeah, it's weird.
I'm like, yo, like this shit is strange. But like that's what a couple. I don't know if it's last year or the year before that, where the big thing about they're like, be careful, kids on YouTube. There was like people were cutting videos where it's like children stuff, and then inserting in the middle of it that like creepy girl saying, "Hey kids, this is go find mommy's razor," and showing kids how to like cut. Like it was like showing kids how to like hurt themselves and stuff like that, and then it would like go back to like the kid video. So internet's weird. It's a weird fucking place.
It's a weird place.
Yeah, man. I don't go back to the sad shit again.
Like somebody, because Lil Nas X responded to like, I forgot who it was, but some famous person like, yo, my kids listen to your music. Like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, Old Town Road was about like sipping lean and,
it was like the game or something.
Getting older chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like if you actually break down the lyrics, it's about sipping lean and basically cheating.
Yeah. No, I think it was the game that said that to him, right?
The game, the rapper.
Yeah, the rapper.
I mean, there's been a multitude of people saying stuff to him, but that was his response. Like, okay, nigga, like, so he's basically like saying, "Fuck y'all, I don't care. I'm getting my money."
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you should do.
Those were throwaway lines in the song. That was a Kid's Boppy kind of song.
Yeah,
even though
I agree.
He did say lean in his bladder and cheating on my baby. You can even ask her. Yeah.
So if you let your kid listen to that's on you.
Yeah,
you got a point right there.
Yeah, I don't really fucking care.
I know the song, the lyrics. I don't. No.
For what?
Riding in a tractor, lean all in my bladder, cheated on my baby.
But you think about that though. You come in on the scene as a country dude, and then now you're doing this satanic shit. And it's just like you're constantly
yourself.
It's still country though, right?
Yeah.
I haven't heard the song.
I
Satan. I haven't heard the Satan thing.
Wasn't his second song like a straight rap
Panini.
song? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I was still country though, I think.
I kind of like Panini actually.
I mean, they were both like bops. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Potbelly got paninis?
No.
Huh?
I actually do that. I don't know. I just get the subs.
Let me hear the song.
Let me guess. You like Punani?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Hey, and for our YouTube viewers,
This dude
y'all
is a
see
great word.
something different about James over here. Clean his face off.
I got a new hat.
Nah, man, clean all.
Why
these-
did you
His
shave
face off,
bro?
Can't go
look like fucking
within
Ninja
100
Turtle
yards
right
of playgrounds.
He looks like a
What
Ninja
do you
Turtle.
mean? What did I? I don't know, man. It's time for a change, man.
Raphael.
No, yeah, time for a change.
And the sad part is, it's never gonna grow back.
It's
guys.
not gonna grow back. 7 months from now, I'm gonna still look like this.
Wait, seriously?
Nah, it might be 7 months until I grow it back to
Damn.
where it was.
Why you hold his hand all the way out here like to where it was? You did not have that much facial hair.
Bro, it was like right here, bro.
Yeah, okay.
It was a good 2 inches, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah. Y'all relax.
I'm relaxed.
Okay.
All right, and that's it.
Yeah. What other questions?
All right, let's get into this relationship corner. So we had a couple questions thrown to us over the past few days. I thought this one was pretty good, and I think all of us did. So, how do you manage a relationship, or how you manage a person that you're in a relationship with when they bring in their past discretions or past relationships? So whether it's good or bad, how do you differentiate, and how do you kind of deal with that? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what, man?
I don't. I
Let's
feel,
start.
no.
He didn't read the question. But he's
Just-
supposed to read it.
Yeah, let me.
That's
I don't want to read the question. It's the same exact thing.
The contrast between a partner who had a good childhood versus a partner who had a bad one.
Oh, that's what you was talking about.
Is it the same question?
Yeah.
I think that's what he said. Yeah, that's
Oh.
what he said. Yeah.
Io, did you get that?
What?
that was that question?
No, I
No,
was like thrown
actually,
off.
No.
I thought you were saying. I thought your question was like them bringing previous baggage from
Yeah.
other relationships
Oh, no.
into their relationships.
Oh.
That's
So,
the way I read it.
Because
childhood,
we've done that before.
Yeah.
the childhood thing. That's a
Well, so, but that's a
Never been in
very
there.
good question because it's one of them things. If your partner grew up in a good household, both parents, things like that, siblings, it makes that relationship that much easier because she didn't have to deal with other things growing up that make a relationship tough. Because you know how it goes, where I wasn't loved as a child, so I don't know how to be loved, and you got your guard up and all that bullshit. So personally, I feel like it'd be tough as hell if I was with somebody who didn't have both parents, or if I was with somebody who dealt with a lot of things growing up, because I didn't, so I wouldn't be able to relate with that.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say about the. I think it'd be tough on the relating part. So how do you, if someone didn't go through something you went through or something similar, how do you express? This is what I feel about family gatherings. I don't feel comfortable in family gatherings because we didn't do that growing up. And how do you express that and get to a point where you're comfortable in sharing that? Because, okay, on the other side, family gatherings from birth to now, it's been consistent and things like that. We'll go to like the wedding thing. You were saying that you didn't go to many weddings. Like, I don't know. I don't really know what to go do when I go to a wedding or anything like that. You do. You've been going to weddings all your life, and this is a custom
Bruh.
to you. I think it'd be super tough.
Even little things like eating at a dinner table.
Yeah.
Right. And just to piggyback off what Monte was saying, like the dynamic of being like in a family traditions and things like that. Like I was in a relationship with that this question's about, where I grew up single parent, having to grow up with different circumstances and situations and things like that I had to adapt to that didn't require a mom and dad, brothers and sisters, white picket fence in the house. So it's just like one of those things. Like I could learn from them on situations, and they'll look at me and they'll learn from me from situations like, okay, I can understand where they're coming from. So now when I'm dealing with people of their same background or the same kind of like situation that they grew up in, now I know how to approach it.
Mhm.
And now vice versa, they can say the same thing about me. Like, okay, I kind of get why they're the way they are now, because it's just how they grew up, a product of their environment kind of thing in that situation. So yeah, it definitely is tough, but I feel like there's a lot of learning in a relationship like that.
Mhm.
And that's actually pretty good, because like the question is opposites attracting, so when everything comes together, it's like, okay, I understand. I learned.
Yeah.
Do I want that? Maybe not, because I'm not used to that. Like I just can't get around that, so it's one of those
Does it
situations.
come down to communication? That's what I think.
No, I would say like statistically, or like if you're making if you want to have like a relationship with the highest chances of working out, you probably would want people to both be from like similar backgrounds, from the way that they grow up, from the way that they're structured. I think it won't like make it impossible, but like that kind of contrast, someone who maybe come up with a broken home, or someone who came up with, a very structured family, I could see how that could make a relationship like a lot more difficult, just because we have real deep like mental maps that we create from childhood that are like on such a deep level. I don't think even we fully understand it. And like I saw this tweet one time. It was like, if you don't deal with your childhood traumas, like your relationships will deal with them for you.
Oh shit.
It's like all like, so like there's a connection between like there's a weird, I'm gonna get all deep psychological Freudian and shit, but like there's a subconscious connection between like your relationship with your parents and your romantic relationships.
Mhm.
And like if you notice like a lot of people who come from broken homes, especially like women, like a woman who had a bad relationship with her father, like tends to repeat that stuff in her relationships with men.
Mhm.
Guys in the relationship with their mom, if that's fractured, affects your relationships with women, right? So if you're somebody, not to say that someone who's like comes from a more broken home is like less worthy of getting what they want, but yeah, like probably unfairly to them just because of what happened, it might be like more difficult to them, because it's almost like if you come from a situation where it's like always chaotic, like structure is going to feel foreign to you, right? It's going to feel unfamiliar to you. Like maybe just having a stability and everyone just like there loving for you, caring for you, like taking care of your needs. Like you're like, I'm not used to this shit. And like it get to the point where like you almost want to run away from it too. So I mean, there's a lot of variables involved, but if two people love each other enough, clearly you can compromise. We have to do like a lot of like deep emotional work,
Soul
like actually
searching.
talking about it. And I think, I don't know how you guys have been in relationships, but it's been weird for me to have to like go through and like have weird, like deep conversations about shit, like shit that happened in your childhood, and like really opening up. I think like even as a man, it's like, for me at least, it's super hard to open up and like talk about all the random shit that happens. But I think maybe more in our culture, like we're moving towards doing that, but there's like a lot of repression, I feel.
No, I get that, because I've experienced the same thing. I remember like trying to like set up the situation and actual set the setting, of like, okay, she comes in the room, I'm gonna have this ready to go and I'm gonna say it. And then she comes in the room and I never say it, just because I can never get there, because I feel like that person wouldn't really understand what I'm about to tell them.
Right.
Like it just wouldn't sink in. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just save it for another day. And then that day will never come until it's too late, until it's too late. I remember one time, I broke down and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna have to say it. And I actually did. And she's like, dude, I never knew this about you. Like if I would have known this a long time ago, I would have probably treated you different in situations and things like that. And it was like, yeah, I just didn't know how to say it. And when that boundary came down, the relationship kind of opened up, just a little bit more. And then like, okay, I'm a little more comfortable. But this is almost like years in. This ain't like week 1, 6 months in. This is almost like years in. So it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think just as like gentlemen, as as fellas being in this room, I think we all have a guard up. Like you don't want to feel soft.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about that shit.
You don't want to feel soft.
Yeah.
Or be called soft or sentimental or whatever the case may be. Like you just don't want to feel like a gentle human being.
I personally don't care, and y'all know that. I don't.
Yeah.
I've accepted it. It's fine with me.
But how long did it take?
Like I said this morning in my video, it took a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it took a while.
Yeah. You haven't always been that way.
Because growing up, I always wanted to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to a point where
you weren't.
I just didn't care.
In Africa, or when you were here?
Like, what'd you say?
In Africa, were you
No,
cool?
not you. What? I wasn't cool? Bro.
I swear you cool.
No, like that was the thing. Like popularity was the thing for me for all my life. And then I got to a point where I just didn't want it anymore. I
You
didn't
want to
care.
be popular?
No. Because who do I need to be popular for now?
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So like
At one point, you was gonna be the mayor of Rochester.
I probably still could be.
I'm Tim now. Take off
And
my
I-
shirt, wave it around my head.
Not like those other nerds.
Yeah, I'll run from it.
I've never called you a nerd, bro.
Yeah, you did.
I've never called you a nerd.
Twice.
You called me a nerd and then you covered
No.
up for it by calling
Called
me
me
a
a
nerd.
nerd. You even said he was ridiculous because he got multiple personalities on other social medias.
Bruh,
Just
Hold on.
saying.
Dino didn't say what he had to say, bro.
That's a fact.
Way to deflect.
That's a fact.
you should be a politician. Look at that.
I mean, I think it's like, first of all, what's a good and a bad childhood? I don't think a single parent home is a bad childhood. I just think that's circumstantial. And then like how you react to that, it can be different. Like, see, like Ayo and Tim, you guys both had both your parents, right?
See, I had both. See, that's funny thing you say about the single parent thing. It's like I had both my parents, and then my parents split up. And then like there was a while where my dad was like,
He was around, but like I just didn't really see him that much. And I was basically kind of in a single parent situation. And
Is that from what middle school, high school?
I was like in 8th grade when they split
Middle
up,
school.
and then going through high school. And then I feel like not having my dad around is when me and my brother went on a fucking rampage.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mhm.
shit went really south, really
Right.
south. And we were obviously like we were in Milwaukee, you know, we wanted to thug, we wanted to rob, we wanted to do all this shit. And then like without him being in there, like to kind of enforce everything, yeah, I think things would have turned out differently. Like if he was there, and that, you know, we both got ourselves into like a lot of really, really, really fucked up situations that I don't think that would have happened.
Yeah. And I mainly stayed with my mom. My dad was in my life, but I wouldn't, you know, I'll see him probably. He'd come to all my games. That was dope. But other than that, outside the season, you know, I would probably go to his house maybe once a month, if that. But so primarily raised with my mom, but I ain't getting no shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because I just never was. I did that shit a little earlier when both of them were there. You know, but after that, it was just like, I'm cool. You know.
Yeah.
So I think how you're raised or how you come up does, of course, that, like everything, that has an effect on how you live, in regards to relationship, for sure. I know we've said this before. We're not like Tim mentioned, the eating at the dinner table. I don't think I ever did that.
Ate in the room or
Never
You know
did that. Yeah, never did that either.
Like,
Oh.
I still don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a dinner table, and you know, I'll come up in my room and eat. You know, because that's just how, you know, I'm probably doing something, you know, on the laptop or something. But like stuff like that, and then like, but I'm thinking like, okay, when I have kids, I think I want to do that. And I never even came from that. I just think it's like dope because you have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe a couple days a week, maybe not every day, but like a few days a week, that'd be dope.
But see, you saying that is that, and that's exactly what I'm on right now, because there's certain things that I learned from my parents that have stuck with me. You know, so there's days now where if I put a suit on for work, I'm old school because I remember my pops doing it. I ironed the pants and get the crease and do all that stuff because I remember seeing him doing that, and I thought that was what it meant to be an adult. And so, but my lady now, we have this thing where she grew up in a household, you know, and I grew up. We both had loving parents, things like that, siblings, but I never grew up in a true household. You know, like we just lived in apartments and townhomes. So now, what she's changing my narrative because we're thinking about buying a house. And for me, for so long, I never even thought about buying a house because I never lived in a house, you know? So it wasn't anything that I thought was normal. And that's where, knowing that we have a son on the way, I'm like, okay, no, I got to make sure I change the narrative instantly. I want this son or his siblings or whatever it is to be like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. Now, it's not a right or wrong way, but for me, it's just like, I don't want him remembering growing up and rentals or living this house and that house and that kind of stuff. Like, I want to paint that picture for him at a young age.
Right. And like, life always comes full circle.
Yes.
Because I feel like what you're talking about, you know, you want your son to grow up knowing that like you can own a house. My mom raised us, we were going to prison, like to visit her husband. See, like my two younger siblings, my mom married, 93? I was 5, you know, from like my younger sister being born in 91. We were going to prisons left and right up until like 2001. So all I ever knew,
I thought that was normal,
was to go to prison to visit her husband, you know? So it's like, even growing up, I'm like, fuck, why am I in jail? I remember going to jail to visit people. Now people are here visiting me. And it just sank in. It's like, I don't need this. I don't want this. So I got my shit together. You know, like everybody said, oh, I'm gonna get my shit together, baby. Just give me one more chance. I got my shit together. And that was like river mirror. I never needed that in my life again. But it's just one of those things that came full circle to me. It was like, I'm in fucking jail.
Yeah.
Like I remember coming to visit on the weekends, you know, to come visit somebody. And I didn't even want to be there then. And then I go to jail. I didn't want to be there. You know, I didn't want to be there.
And that's why, and that's why I never want to do dumb shit.
Yeah.
Because I think about that instantly. I'm going, the consequences is not something that's going to be in my favor. Because I've been in jail myself. Something I thought I'd never be in jail. And then when I was in jail, I was going, hold on, I don't fucking belong here.
You don't belong there.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That shit is not for everybody.
5 minutes of doing something dumb can cost you years of your life.
Son,
years.
And
I remember being in jail and this dude was looking at me. I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, bro, you kind of lame. And I was like, what? He's like, bro, all you do is sit here and read the newspaper and watch TV. I'm like, what, you want to start a riot? Like, you want me to stay here with you longer? I'm trying to go home on Monday.
That's the moment
I'm trying to go home on Monday. He's like, bro, you're kind of lame. I say, okay, thanks.
But that's the moment
I'm gonna go read the books.
That's the moment you realize that
It ain't for me.
that's not for you.
It's not for me.
Because for him, he's still trying to make this a thing.
Man, I'm like, bro, it ain't cool to be here. Like, I don't want to work out with y'all.
Yeah.
It's your first time.
I don't want to play 21 all day. I want to run full court.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not built for jail at all, and I could have went to jail for a minute. That would have been tragic.
Oh,
Fuck that.
Bro,
Terrible.
My introduction to
built for
jail was when I realized jail wasn't for me. Was one night I got really drunk. They took my ass to detox. Detox at that time for me was what jail was because I'd never been to jail, right?
Mhm.
And motherfuckers in detox, I don't know if y'all ever been, but it's like a home shelter type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Drink that much.
Motherfuckers is roaming around and all that bullshit. And I stayed in my room the entire time. I didn't eat for, I think you can't leave until you like sober up completely. I was in there for,
Right.
I think maybe 48 hours or whatever it was.
Man, he's drunk.
Nigga, I got-
You have to take 2 days to sober
I'm a
up.
small, no, like there's restrictions, bro. There's
Yeah,
restrictions.
the below zeros.
Yeah, like it's
basically.
Damn.
it's some weird shit. Like it's got to be pure zeros, bro. Like you got to be,
drink.
That nigga was drinking Ripple.
nigga. That's not the point. What I'm trying to say is,
Nah, he had the Hennessy and the Casamigos.
if they were to catch your ass that one night, you'd have been in that bitch
I'll
still
be
today.
in there.
You were in jail.
35 years.
But no, but like there was cats walking around like playing cards and laughing and all this stuff. And I'm like, how long you been here? I've been here for 2 weeks. I'm like, gee,
How dope were
sober
they,
up.
bro?
Niggas still in there making hooch.
Oh, they did make hooch when I was in jail too. They got caught.
Oh,
What's
bro.
hooch?
The fermented drinks.
Fermented fruit, like the fruit.
You take the old fruit and put it in a bag and put water
Yeah,
in.
so they like locked everything down and took the hooch. He looks at me like, bro, they got the hooch.
Mad as
What?
hell.
Bro, I had a celly, bro. He was like addicted to like snorting everything. So he'd be like, bro, just go ask for Tylenol. I was like, what? I don't have a headache. He's like, no, it's not for you. It's like for me. I was like, bro, you're gonna snort those pills. I literally had to tell him, Cheryl, like, bro, if we get busted in for you snorting some fucking Tylenol, I'm beating your ass. He's like, no, man, I need it. I was like, bro,
Damn.
you're gonna get a headache. Snorting fucking Tylenol. Like, did you understand? Like,
Probably that's what he wanted though.
well, can you understand the
Fucking headache.
concept of like snorting Tylenol and getting a headache? Like, this is supposed to take away the headache. What are you doing, bro? Like, relax, man. It's not
Who
that fucking
knows?
serious.
Yeah, man.
But
I'm the
yeah,
only one ain't been to jail here. Damn. Just like that cop looked at me, pulled me over, and surprised that I didn't have anything on my fucking license or anything.
You had EBT though.
Bruh. No, that's a high V, dog. Fucking high V. That's
Gee, the
fine,
guy goes, I can't pull nothing up. He goes, yeah, because I've never been pulled over. But that's weird. Usually people, I
Yeah.
just told you, I've never been pulled
Yeah,
over.
he said-
usually you people.
He said, you on the run? And I was like, no. He was like, oh yeah, nothing came back up on when I ran your license. I was like, yeah, because I've never got a ticket of been pulled over for. He was
You on the run.
He was like, oh yeah, I was surprised.
That is
What
Quavo.
the fuck? I was like, what? You're surprised that
Man.
nothing came back when you pulled? All right, man. Cool.
Definitely
Them tabs
hashtag
expired in
racism,
January,
bro.
though.
Fuck.
Bro, but now you've been pulled over, bro. He ruined it for you.
But I didn't get a ticket. I didn't get a ticket.
Still
though,
pop
so-
that cherry.
When you got pulled
Well,
over,
you had never been pulled over?
The dreads back.
He said he's
No,
never pulled over
no,
the first
So let
time.
him hang.
So they were down like this, and he asked about my seatbelt. He was like, did you have your seatbelt on when you passed me on 52? I was like,
That's your
I was like,
question to answer.
I didn't see you, so well, how would I put my seatbelt on? My hands are still right here on the wheel. He was like, oh yeah, I must have not seen it. Yeah, what the fuck were you riding beside me, looking in the car? What the hell are you going to see a seatbelt anyway?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I got followed for like 3 miles last night, but my windows are tinted. But I know he was on some dirt. He like literally was following me. I was like, I'm not gonna swerve a line. I'm not gonna go faster than 32 miles an hour because I know you're right beside me. So dude, just go do your thing.
Yeah, I got followed by a cop. I was not followed, but he was just like behind me. I made like a little janky move. It
He's
looked like
following
he
you.
was following me, so I just like dipped in the Hy-Vee parking lot.
Yeah, that's my move right there.
I just dipped in the Hy-Vee.
No,
parking lot.
my move
I'll
is
pull
just
up in
pull up
the
at
parking
anybody
lot.
random ass
Yeah,
parking lot.
I pulled in the parking lot. It was the next turn. I was
No,
like,
it could be somebody's crib. I'm like, yo, knock
Yeah,
like,
fam. I'll get out, knock on the door, like, yo.
Bro, I've done it 3 times, bro. I just knock at the door, like, yo. Then the cop would just keep going.
I got pulled over that one year in a driveway. That one creep we had. He pulled me over in the driveway.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
really, sir?
I'm at the house.
I'm at the house.
Yeah, man.
This is my friend.
I got pulled over a block away from Dino's crib one time.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think I didn't have my seatbelt on or some shit.
Bro, when I got that
Bro,
one,
it's dark outside. How do you know?
first, okay, hold on. Following somebody for 3 miles, bro, that's excessive.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
What's Second Street? Second Street's got to be 2 miles.
Either 2, 3, that's excessive.
Yeah, to the highway, like
top
2.5,
to bottom,
3.
yeah.
Yeah.
At what point? I mean, pull the guy over, figure it out.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That may be so uncomfortable. Like I would do a citizen's arrest. I'd be like, hey man, this guy's been following me for 3 months. It's
See,
uncomfortable.
the way the world is built, man, citizens arrest just don't go in
Yeah,
my favor.
yeah, I
So
wouldn't
I'm just
even
going to
try
let them follow me for 3
Wouldn't
miles.
even try that shit.
Had me looking around, looking like motherfucking
Hey, man. Yeah, next question, man.
yeah.
Next question, are we good? But yeah, I think circling back, I think I was looking at the question a little different. I was looking at it from the perspective of like one person had like a really broken home, and then one person had like a much different. They was like talking about the contrast. But yeah, I mean, if they're different variations, like we ate at the table, I lived in an apartment, you live in the house. No, you could work that shit out.
Yeah, you can work that out. But if you look at the shit when it's cookie cutter by the book,
yeah,
I didn't grow up like that. Like, you know, what do they call it? The Kennedy home, where you got the white picket fence, the son, the daughter, and the mom, you know, and they both bring in the bacon. Even the Cosby Show, like
the Joneses,
like yeah. So I didn't grow up like that.
Yeah, I grew up pretty good too. I was just a fucking asshole. I have a dark side to me. I think
you got a rageous. Take them glasses off, bro. We're getting you one of those, bro, where it just snaps down.
Oh god.
I questioned that photo. It was you and like 8 women. I questioned that photo.
What about it?
It wishes it was him.
I just think about that. I go, where were you at?
Thinking about all of us a lot.
Huh?
I keep thinking about all of us.
Because I like
He'll hit us up and invite us to drink, and he.
I self-reflect, bro. I self-reflect all the time, man. Like
That was in Winona.
No, I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, like, it's just dope. You know what I mean?
Dude, my
Like,
entire personality.
That was college.
different.
yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Word.
That was college.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being caught in a picture in college that you just didn't get caught in the picture.
I know. That's why I self-reflect. I
Like,
just think about stuff.
I remember
like that.
being at the college. I'm like, man,
Yeah. Colleges tend
imagine
to
if there was a picture or YouTube or fucking TikTok, bro. I would have been famous 35 years ago.
Dude, I used to be so arrogant that I thought that things didn't happen.
32
That was
though.
there.
Yeah,
You know.
You know what I mean?
colleges tend to be crawling with women. That's kind of how they work.
Oh,
And even at Winona State's a nursing school. So that's their famous stat. There's seven women,
floors.
7. Well, no, that's the other one. 11 floors of whores, whatever. Yeah,
That's
but
Mankato.
That's Winona.
But no, there's like
Look,
7.
bets.
There's seven females for every male student at Winona State.
But I think about this though. You're in that photo, but there's a cornball out there that's not in that photo. Their experience is nothing like yours when it comes to college.
The guy was
like one girl.
Who took the picture?
though the guy who actually I think the guy taking pictures like what he's like, why the fuck are you sitting down with all those girls?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it was probably him.
Yeah.
Probably him.
The cornball. He was
Yeah.
probably a nerd, right?
Something like that. I still had glasses on in that picture, by the way.
You was faded.
It looked like
was
For the
very
Love of Ray J.
That's what it was. The casting.
What it was.
That was a black couch too. Huh?
The show was
It was
based off his
it was a casting couch.
Oh, man.
It turned out that way, basically.
Love Rages.
That shit didn't go to VH1.
Shout out to my boy
What's the
Ronaldo.
H5?
Let's go with the
Oh my god.
one pilot episode on UPN.
God.
That's why we
And it was like, no, we got to try this down to the WB.
gotta
That
get-
just got canceled.
We gotta get rid of this channel.
Welcome to the WB.
I couldn't stand that fucking frog.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm tapped, man. That's all I got.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Hungarian.
Hungarian. That shit funny.
Hungarian.
Grave worm.
We got a couple questions. We'll say those shits for next time, or when we finally do 2 pods in a week or some shit like that.
Got a Patreon.
Anybody got a mic drop?
Stay up for. Nah, but you got one?
I always do.
All right, what is it?
Oh, am I going?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The sun's coming out here, man. It's April, new month, new goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you're trying to do, I know we kind of touched on it a little bit. Whatever you're trying to do, just do that shit. Like, if you fail, you fail, bro. Like, fuck it. I mean, it's a L, but it's a lesson at the same time. So keep striving, keep grinding. Turn on some music so I can hear it. He ain't turned no music on yet. Anybody got anything else?
Yeah, 2021 new wave.
Let 2020 go. We're gonna win the trial. fuck COVID. We're gonna burn our masks, party on the rooftop, and have a peaceful, joyful summer. Let's go.
Why do you want to burn your mask so much?
Because I fucking hate masks, bro. I hate wearing a mask.
Is it like keep mine?
Wearing a mask like wearing fucking panties on my face. or some shit.
I got a mic.
That might be worth like $2 million. Next
Say that thong, 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 thong.
Oh god.
hit the button.
Is your upper lip sweating, bro?
The hair I used to have on my face would cover up that.
You must have fucked up.
No, it's not.
That's what I asked. I said,
Because I did that and I fucked up.
No. I wanted to see what I looked like.
oh shit.
Yeah, because why would I ever have to shave my face?
True.
This shit never grew. So I literally was like, I'm gonna see what I look like. I did one little bump and it was like, fuck. I look like an 8-year-old. Like, look, 10-year-old.
Baby salad.
I'm literally like a 15-year-old boy right now. I'm about to go to Toys R Us and get some motherfucking Pokemon cards and try to find a Charizard.
The young old man.
You're gonna lure.
I might
someone
shave now
to a game.
because of you,
Man
bro.
child.
I might do it
Or
now.
man boy. What's his name?
Man boy.
You're an
Man boy.
influencer.
No, I
I
can't.
might do it.
I can't do mine. I look tragic. I used to have to shave my face off for family videos, like part of the
What
dress
the
code. It
They
was
probably said you can
terrible.
have dreads too, huh?
I'll show you. I'm not even gonna look at that picture. I'll find it.
I'm gonna go watch Godzilla vs King Kong. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
started
going to
last
eat.
night, I fell
Oh no,
asleep.
we're gonna eat, but no, I don't. Why the fuck are they beefing though?
Who?
Godzilla and King Kong.
They're Titans.
Because they're
Black-
Titans.
Black
Yeah.
on Asian
Godzilla
violence.
is the reason his family's gone.
Stop Asian hate.
Really?
Yeah.
Godzilla's Asian. King Kong is black. It's black on Asian crime, bro.
That it?
What's that Chris Tucker joke?
That was the most.
Asian hate.
Hey, Chet Hanks said "White Boy Summer." Who would it?
Nigga, I don't want no white boys. What
We
you
got hit
talking
upside
about?
the head with that pot she was holding. You can hear our screen said, "King." That she came in with a knife. Now we saw the pot in the video, bro.
How did shit go black and all of a sudden he
All right, I'm cutting this part out of the YouTube. We're done.
You got love for the white boys?
All right. What episode is this? This is 35?
35.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in again. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, episode 35, the Table That Podcast, as always. Episode 35, the Fire Minds Podcast, as always. Stab and pray up to your days up. We out here.